Hi, welcome to another one of my Fallout 4 settlement tours. Today we are looking at the Nordhagen Beach Boardwalk build that I've created. This is the grand reveal to the sneak peek video that I just uploaded. This build has taken a very long time to create because I recently had a baby and things got put on the back burner because of that. I had to do a lot of prep work for the house. So thank you if you are still subscribed and um, viewing my videos. I appreciate you being patient, and I really hope you enjoy this one because I had a lot of fun building it. So if you saw the sneak peek video, I did mention that I am using the All Settlements expanded mod to increase the size of this one. I just wanted so many features that I needed more workspace to build with, so that's why I chose to use it. Um, so with that, I will go ahead and start the tour. I hope you enjoy. So this is the main entranceway. The other direction along this road leads to an island over there. So I wanted it to follow the road line, and my focal point here is of course this sign. This is the entryway. Up here you have the police officers standing guard. There's one in there as well. And then this is the lady that greets you and helps give you directions. So, oops, I'll go ahead and start. These pieces here, this bridge and this piece, I actually don't have in mods. I wanted it to kind of match that theme over there, so I used console commands to spawn them in. So for this, I think I used help, bridge, 4, and that's gonna show a lot of items. So I use the stationary objects here, and basically I type player place at me, and then I type in one of these numbers, and I spawn bridges and figure out which one that I want to use. So this is probably one of the only ones that I've done this with, just to keep the general theme lined up. So it's kind of fun to play with if you ever want to find pieces that you really need and you don't want to look for a mod that has that exact piece, because it's hard to do sometimes. But when you place it at you, you go into build mode, and sometimes you can target the object, sometimes you can't. For these pieces, I could not target them, so I had to use the other console commands, mod position and such, to get these in place. So that was a fun hurdle for me to take on. But I really do like how the result came out. So when you enter here, this is the center gathering area, just a wonderful place to relax and just kind of guide you in. To the right here we have a basketball court. It's very identical to the one that I created in the Slog. Yes, I believe that's it. So instead of having the little container for the basketball sitting off on the side here, I put a locker over here that's got basketballs inside of it. And then there's some stadium seating. These are actually just steps, but it serves the purpose. This is the back of the diner. All of these buildings that you see, this is the back of them. The boardwalk is on the other side. But I did want them to still be functional for the settlers. I always leave the workshop sticking out of the ground. I know it's not exactly appealing, but it's just a personal preference. So this is the hotel that I was previewing before, where it's just a couple walls sticking out. This was a lot of fun to build. Um, this is the main entrance, and then this is like the little side, I'll start with this, the little side um, recreational area for either the um, people renting rooms or just anybody to use. So you've got gambling and exercise. A little yoga towel, weight bench, and some TV, refreshments. And then this, coming from the main entrance here, is the hotel. So this is the entry area where you check in. It's got a couple little waiting seating areas. This tour might be a little bit choppy because I have a whole lot crammed into here, and I'm sorry for that. I wish I had a better computer, but I will be working on that in time. So please bear with me if you see a couple frame skips here and there. Some might get pretty bad. So the bottom floor here has 3 rooms. These are the more basic rooms. The top floor has the fancier rooms. However, I did try to keep them relatively nice either way. So we'll start with this room. Some of them have themes. I'm not really sure this one does. But each room comes with a washer and dryer, kitchen, and a fully equipped bathroom. So each one has a bathtub and a shower. And each one also has a back door to either the balcony or walk out onto the beach area. This is just another similarly standard room. The next room has a Nuka-Cola theme. I didn't want to put a theme in every room because you've got your settlers that probably don't want to be bombarded with that all the time. So each fridge also comes stocked with Nuka-Colas. It's a running theme. And they have their own coffee makers, which is great. So this is the Nuka-Cola room. You have a wonderful selection there at the door, and food and additional Nuka-Cola in the room. It's mostly Nuka-Cola Quantum themed in here. So, coffee maker. This room is very oddly shaped, but I just used the space that I had and did my best. So these are little extra shell kit walls that I added to create a tiny bathroom. Yeah, this is the only one that doesn't have a bathtub, so I was wrong. They don't all have bathtubs. But I still really love how this one turned out. So I used the Bethesda creation mods for these. I really did like the Nuka-Cola pack. So I finally got into those. It's tiny, but it works, I think. For these walls, I almost entirely used the, yeah, for this whole hotel, I used the Snappy HouseKit mod. And I used a lot of the fancier walls instead of the basic ones. So we'll go ahead and move up. This piece right here is from a different mod. It's featured in some of my other videos. If you need me to list it, I can in the comments. Just let me know. It sticks up from the ground a little bit because it doesn't scale the same way as the other ones do, so I had to manipulate the size. So if you think that's a little funky, that's why that happened. So this is the top floor. This is where things get a lot fancier. You walk up and you have a bar and just a general relax point. So, this is where the rooms start to have a theme. These are from the Creation Club themes. So this is where the fancier furniture comes from. I really enjoyed these pieces. This is mainly why I got into the Creation Club. I did pay for these, but it's worth it to me. So this is like the main suite here. Like, I guess you'd say presidential suite. Full-length mirror, much fancier bathroom, a little bit more room in these. And then more compact shower, but I prefer the extra room. And not each of these rooms. Oh, that's not great. I'll have to change that orientation later. These all lead out to balconies that overlook the ocean, which I thought was wonderful. And there's nice little gathering seating areas. So only the 2 rooms on the side here lead out to the outside. I didn't want to run the balcony too far. We'll take the back entrance to the other room. This room is more of an Asian theme. I used a mod that is unfortunately no longer available on Nexus because the creator decided to remove it and charge. This is a War Heroes, I believe, Japanese build kit or something. If you like the pieces, I thought it was worth getting. I think it was like $1, but I understand the desire not to pay for mods, but I don't mind supporting them. So this is one of the elongated bathrooms, but I gave a blue hue light to make it kind of like a cool, watery kind of vibe. I enjoyed that. For the shower, this is actually from the Homemaker mod. It doesn't actually work, so I used the build your own pool mod and put this additional shower inside of it that you can use. So it does appear to function. Well, it actually does, just 2 showers in one. And then the last room is over here. This is kind like, I don't know, kind of like a little like lovey-dovey room, kind of like more pink lighting and stuff. I didn't want to go like too crazy with the pink though, so still a nice room. All of these little details are mostly from Creative Clutter mod, like the little slippers and these stock wet bars and the shelves and the lighting. I love all these little details. It's a wonderful mod. And that's really it for the hotel. I was pretty excited with how it came out. Back out to the center area. I wanted to have access to the buildings from both sides, so there's this. The only thing that doesn't have access is the arcade in the bathroom over there, but I'll get to that. This side, however, has access to all of the buildings. So, but we'll go the front way because it looks a lot prettier. This is a little Nuka-Cola vending machine stop. I recently installed a mod with new neons, or more neon signs, which I really like. Cool features. This is the little signage area to let you know where to go. This is from the Nuka-Cola world, or Nuka world. Finally got to use it. So here we have, this is a Snappy HouseKit prefab piece, and then I just added custom wallpapers to make it appear different than the other one over there. Because I didn't want to add these and make them all look the same. That would be kind of tacky, I guess. So, little customization. I also installed a mod that gives weapon racks. So, I felt like that was pretty crucial to displaying items at a boardwalk, because you really want things to pop and stand out, so you differentiate your shop from other shops competitively. This is from the Creation Club as well. Really like the Slocum Joe pieces though. So all of these pieces in here are pretty much from the Creation Club. And if you have the Creative Clutter mod, it picks up that you have the Creation Club for this, and it adds additional Slocum Joe pieces, like the this little plate here and some of these boxes and such. So that was pretty neat to be able to add a few extra pieces. It also adds this little tray of maple bars and stuff. A little bit more selection. This is the choppiness. Sorry about that. And then the next shop here is, again, one of those little prefabs. I added a different rooftop and wallpaper again to differentiate it. It's a pretty easy quick way to add customization to your settlement. That's all from the Snappy HouseKit again. So this is the armor shop, where you can get power armor as well as regular. And then this is the walkway down to the beach. There are a couple different entrances, so we'll start with this one though. This is where the settlers farm their food. We tried to get it like close to the ground, but it's not all perfect. I'm gonna put everything in planters. And this house here is where the residents, the vendors and such, actually live, for the most part. So, bathroom. A literal bedroom. The common area downstairs. I finally changed up my build pattern for these houses, where I put the bathroom. Usually the bathroom would be like right here or something, or no, it would be actually like the full length of this side here. But I just flipped things around and made a different build pattern, which I really enjoyed. Because this would actually even be a bedroom, potentially. But instead of cramming the beds into both sides of the house, I stuck it on one, which I really appreciated. Because that gave me a whole open area to make a kitchen. So this is the other bedroom that has a little bit more wardrobe area. It's not as fancy as the hotel, but it works. So much like the Taffington boathouse build, I used the fishing, food farming to add extra resources. I figured with the beach you may as well harvest fish as well. This is a nice little lounge area where you can actually use these towels. There's a little grill area over here. And then this is the awesome Ferris wheel from the SOE pack, I believe. Yes, SOE pack. This was the main inspiration for this entire build. I was like, I want to use the Ferris wheel somewhere. And it reminded me of the boardwalk in New Jersey, the Atlantic City boardwalk. So that was my inspiration, following this Ferris wheel to model after the Jersey boardwalk. So this is actually also lit up nicely at night. I'll have to show you that at the end of the video. We're going to start with these buildings and then work our way over to the last shops over there. So this is the Taylor clothing shop. I'm loving these new fully stocked shelf mods that I found recently. I added all these mods to jazz up this settlement a lot. So this is a fitting room. Full-length mirror. Room to move. Get different angles. This is the entrance. I'm going to add probably a couple additional little displays here for the outside windows. I should have done that before this video, but that's okay. And then there's a second floor with a couple more fitting rooms. really choppy up here. So, the choppiness is coming mainly from these fully stocked shelves, which is unfortunate because they do take up a lot of load space. So use them sparingly, potentially with your builds. I recommend. I don't mind the load. For me, it's worth it. I really love this build. This is the diner that I created. This is the Homemaker mod, mostly, aside from the additional signing and decorations. This is Gruffy signage. That's the new neon mod that I installed. And we have a Nuka-Cola theme. Many service points so that the lines don't get too backed up, since this is quite a compact diner. So you can be serviced on the outside there and sit outside, or right here at the main counter and sit inside, as well as additional service for maybe refreshments and drinks for exhausted basketball players. Fully stocked shelves as well. This is the, as you can see, restrooms. These are harder to see, but that's the women's restroom and the men's restroom, though the settlers don't, of course, follow that. We'll just pretend though. So it's just one stall, which I realize is probably not enough, and a shower per each restroom. Ideally, if this place was bigger, I would add more restrooms, but the men's restroom has a urinal. Hooray. And this building was very exciting to build, because I used the Creation Club arcade pieces as well as Nuka World. So this is the Nuka prizes section for all of your coin and money spending. Enjoy using excess money to purchase all of this stuff. And then arcades. Here's where you pick up your tokens and just relax and have fun. This is just a little center seating area, focal point. And this is additional seating where you can play cards and chess. And additional gaming upstairs. Those wires I'll probably modify later. I didn't catch all of them. And then you can actually play this game, which is awesome. And that's it for the arcade. This was, a lot of these pieces, like especially these floor pieces, they're not all perfectly lined up. This is just like, kind of hodgepodge. I just overlapped a lot of pieces, but it all kind of worked out. So it's not perfect, but, because nothing about this is standard size or fits. So that was fun to work out. You can kind of see the overlappage here with the top lighting. Some of these pieces are unlit, some of them are lit. I didn't want to go too crazy with the lighting because I wanted it to be a little bit dimmer for the games and arcades. And out to the Ferris wheel. um, and additional shop area. So this is the entrance to the shops for employees only, preferably. And of course, you as a person have to just be mindful of the moving parts. Common sense, hopefully. This is just an additional sale area, shop area. This is kind of from memory from the Jersey Boardwalk. I think there were extra shops along the sides of the Ferris wheel, obviously not so close, and the Ferris wheel is blocked off. But this is my take on it. These are Nuka World pieces to attract you to the food area. And then there's additional seating over there. And then this entrance also leads down to the other side of the beach. Oops. This is a picnic and bonfire side, as well as a little rowboat if you feel adventurous. And the last seating area. And then that's really all there is. This loops around back to the other side and leads back to the entrance, which is very hard to load. So I will go ahead and set this to nighttime. And do a quick little run through, because the lighting played a big role in this at night. So this is the nighttime view of the place. If anyone is interested on how I built this water fountain, I have the little guide video that I recently uploaded. The only difference between the other one and this one is the additional plants that I added there. I actually like this place a lot more at night. I really love how this lighting turned out. This also is accented a little better at night with the blue lighting for the Nuka-Cola Quantum theme. Like right there, that door is probably a little bit obnoxious because it's very low. That's the hodgepodginess that I was mentioning earlier. These clip into the floor. It was the only way I could make this staircase, this spiral staircase that I do love using, um, scale to match these, well, line up as best as I could with the Snappy HouseKit mod. I wanted to keep the lighting a little dim up here so as not to blind the residents as they come out. This was that blue lighting, kind of watery vibe for this bathroom I was mentioning. I am barging into his room, but he left his door open, so don't judge me. We'll visit the basketball court and then work our way back over. These lights on the side offer nighttime lighting, so you can play any time of day. This is the alleyway between the arcade and the bathroom. This is what I meant by these are lit up and those aren't. I suppose I want everybody's eyesight to go bad in low light areas playing video games. There's a little bit of lighting though. Not too bad. This is the SOE pack. I added a little matching light colors to the arcade machines to give them a bit more of a glow. So you can see that on the walls in the back there. The ceiling is also the SOE Pack's version of Nuka World pieces. Fun little additions for certain rooms. This, we'll actually take a ride on it this time. And this is the overview of the place. I'll probably do a better overview, honestly. But it actually functions, and I really like this. So I did a rainbow lighting theme here, much like I did in the arcade. I used the SOE pack to add additional lighting to the Ferris wheel. I love how that turned out. I also added a lot of pretend light pieces here to make it seem like the neon light glows a little bit. I'll just give a quick example how bad it is. This is another reason why my load is so choppy sometimes. Sorry, this takes a moment to load up. So these are the additional little light pieces that I added. And you can kind of see like that orb right there, very tiny. But those are the ones that light up the Ferris wheel. I know I may be a little bit awkwardly silent. I just like to take it all in sometimes. These little lanterns aren't very bright, so I use the SOE pack to accent this as well. Bit of an orange glow. I also added additional lighting for this bonfire here too. And that is really it for this tour. I'm gonna go ahead and see what kind of aerial shots we can get here. I hope you enjoyed my take on a boardwalk. I did get some inspiration from other users searching boardwalks on Google for Fallout 4. So, this is just my personal spin on it. I hope you enjoyed, and I do still struggle to find time with the baby, but I will most definitely keep trying to keep these builds coming. As time goes on, I'll have more time in the future. It only gets easier. It's just hard in the beginning for me. So if you stay patient with me and tag along, I appreciate it. My next build, I think, let me see. I'm going to open up the map here. Crew Manor, I believe, is going to be one of my next builds. It's either Crew Manor or Kingsport Lighthouse, I think. Maybe I don't have them yet. Oh, looks like I don't have them yet, but those probably are the next ones, because that's what kept triggering last time. So I'm not ready to build Warwick, but I should be able to trigger the Crew Manor one for the next builds. Crew Manor, I think I was going to do a raider build. That'll be one of the few raider settlements. Actually, Crew Manor and Kingsport, I think we're both going to be my raider builds, so we'll see how those turn out. So please stay tuned. Those might take me multiple months to build. Hopefully not as long as this one, but being with the raider set, it will be harder for me to learn. So please have some patience for that. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time. If you have any suggestions or questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments, and I will definitely get to them. Goodbye.